They held a meeting about you today. No, you weren't invited, but your name was there, front and center, woven into every sentence spoken behind those closed doors. This wasn't the first time. Oh no, they've whispered before, but this time was different. There was an urgency to it, a dark alignment. Yet I need you to hear this now. This is not cause for fear. This is your confirmation. You have not been imagining the shift. That tension in your chest last night? That sudden surge of emotion that brought tears to your eyes as you looked at your own reflection? It wasn't just another wave of sadness. It wasn't fatigue. It wasn't anxiety. It was a stirring, an awakening of your spirit responding to what was being said in secret. Something holy is moving, even now as you read this. Angel says this message is very important. Do not ignore it. Listen closely. The spiritual realm has been active on your behalf. Even as they conspired, heaven countered. A higher meeting was held in the courts of the divine, and your name was mentioned with honor. There your protection was signed by fire. Your name was written into the palms of the eternal, carved in light, sealed in purpose. No plot against you will prevail, because the divine blueprint for your life has already been secured. Their strategies are weak compared to the strength of your calling. You've been walking through a season of silence, haven't you? People surround you, but there's been a weight within you. A kind of heaviness no embrace can lift. No text can heal. It's not because you are weak. It's because your spirit is awake. You've begun to discern what others choose to ignore. You see beneath the surface. You hear more than words. You hear intentions. And it hurts. Because now the battle is not outside of you. It's within. A war between your knowing and your longing. Between the truth you sense and the hope you still carry. Between what you hear in the spirit and what you wish were untrue. You've suspected someone close to you. And yes, your spirit has not lied. They have played both sides, smiling in your face, passing your words into the wrong hands. You've doubted yourself, questioned your intuition, but not anymore. This message is your confirmation. They are not who they pretend to be. Their loyalty was never to your heart, but to those who envy it. But listen, you are not unguarded. You are not unprotected. Even now, the divine is exposing. The masks are falling. The fake friendships are crumbling. God is moving. You are being defended. Even when you feel nothing, heaven is acting. Even when you hear no trumpet, angels are being deployed. Yes, someone cried for you last night. Someone who once loved you, who let you down, who kept silent when your name was being mocked. Regret has gripped them now. They were given the chance to defend you and chose self-preservation. But now, their guilt has grown too loud. They saw you in a dream, standing at a door, drenched in rain, eyes blazing with fire. That vision broke something inside them, and soon they will come forward. With tears, with confession, do not be surprised. This is not a coincidence. This is divine alignment. The chaos you've been enduring is not your undoing. It is your refining. The breaking is a preparation. The fire is a purification. You are not being punished. You are being made ready. Everything that seemed to fall apart was actually falling into place. The people who distanced themselves were removed by divine order. The doors that closed were closed by holy hands. The delays were orchestrated to save you from premature exposure. Right now, even as they gather again to plan, heaven is scattering their thoughts. Confusion is being sown among them. What they built in secret is collapsing. Their alliance cannot stand. They united in deception. But deception cannot hold under the weight of truth. And here's the truth. You are chosen. You are anointed. You are being elevated beyond their comprehension. This message is not meant to scare you, but to awaken you. This is the hour your soul has waited for, the moment you were born to encounter. Every silent tear you've cried has been collected. Every betrayal you have endured has been recorded. Every time you forgave without receiving an apology, heaven took note. Every prayer whispered into the dark was not in vain. They do not know the strength it took for you to keep loving. They do not understand the warfare behind your smile. They think your silence is surrender. But oh, how wrong they are. Your silence is sacred. It has spoken volumes in the courts of justice, and your vindication is at hand. There is someone who has been watching. They have not yet spoken, but they see the purity in you. They do not come to take. They come to protect. They do not come to use. They come to build. They will love you with a quiet power, not loud words. It will be a love that acts, not boasts. You will not have to question it. You will not have to beg for it. And it will come when you least expect it. But first, let go. Let go of the guilt of trusting the wrong people. Let go of the shame for being too kind. Let go of the heaviness of loving those who did not love you back. You were not foolish. You were faithful. And that faithfulness is returning to you multiplied. The season is changing. The darkness is lifting. And those who tried to block your path are about to witness your elevation. Not because you fought them, but because you chose peace. Not because you exposed them, but because you surrendered to grace. You are about to rise, quietly, gently, powerfully. And they will not be able to understand how their words became the stones that built your altar. Your life will become the evidence. Your joy will be the reply. Your peace will be your defense. Yes, this is for you. You, the one who almost didn't open this. You, the one who has been betrayed too many times to count. The one who has grown weary of hoping. This is not a coincidence. This is your confirmation. Heaven interrupted their meeting. And now, their foundation is crumbling. Because what God has protected, no human hand can touch. You are safe. You are seen. You are rising. The wind changed the night after the meeting. Not just a breeze, but a shift so subtle it almost escaped your notice. But your spirit knew. You felt it in your sleep, didn't you? You tossed and turned, sensing something move in the unseen. Because something did. There was a divine interruption, an uninvited presence among the plotters. The watchers stood witness, the ones who do not slumber, the ones assigned to record every tongue that speaks against the chosen. They watched the envy unfold. They recorded every word soaked in jealousy, every half-truth coated in poison. And now they've spoken, not to accuse you, but to defend you, to present the evidence of your suffering before the throne. You who remained silent. You who swallowed pain so no one else would have to taste it. You didn't just endure. You interceded. You prayed for the very ones who plotted your fall. And heaven took note. This is the result of that mercy. You are being shifted, moved beyond reach. What once surrounded you will no longer define you. The environment that once suffocated your spirit can no longer hold your light. You are stepping into a hidden inheritance. The next doors will not open because of your hustle, but because of your healing. Listen again. You are not behind. You are not late. The delay was not denial. It was a divine redirection. Had you gotten what you wanted when you wanted it, it would have destroyed you. That relationship you mourn, it was never yours. It was sent to trigger your awakening. The job that let you go, it only made room for something your name was actually written into. You have been prepared in pain for a purpose greater than you imagined. There are things still moving around you. Yes, the spiritual warfare hasn't ended, but it's shifted. It is no longer an attack against your identity. Now it's resistance against your elevation. The enemy isn't confused about who you are. The people around you are. That's why they treat you like you're common. That's why they dismiss you, ignore your anointing, challenge your worth. But this is the last season you'll be underestimated. Mark this. A public shift is coming. The tables are turning. You will be recognized not by shouting, but by shining. not by retaliation, but by radiance. They will have to acknowledge what they once tried to dim. And you, do not harden. That's the trap. To become so self-protective that your heart turns cold. You've seen too much, been hurt too deeply. But don't let bitterness become your armor. Your softness is sacred. Your vulnerability is divine. Do not trade your tenderness for revenge. There's a justice coming that doesn't need your rage to be righteous. Heaven has a timeline, and it is moving fast. Someone is already dreaming about you again. No, not in malice, in conviction. They are being haunted by what they said. One by one, they are being reminded. Someone even tried to make amends in a way that felt shallow, but they're not done. They will come again, and you will know whether to receive them or release them. Trust that clarity is coming with this next season. Do not mourn the version of you that had to break. That version carried burdens that weren't yours. That version said yes to things that made you small. That version tolerated rooms your destiny had already outgrown. And now? Now you are walking in truth, in alignment, in authority. This is not the time to shrink, not the time to second guess. That stirring in your belly? That's purpose, awakening. That pressure on your chest? That's your calling, making space to emerge. You are not imagining the stretching. You are being made ready to carry more. Right now, somewhere in the world, someone is mentioning your name with honor. You don't know them yet, but you will. They have the power to open doors, and they will. Not because you begged, not because you manipulated, but because heaven whispered your name into their ears in a moment of stillness, and they heard it clearly. You are not forgotten. You are being revealed. This next chapter, it won't be loud. It will be holy. Don't look for applause. Look for alignment. The right people won't just hear you. They'll see you. The real you. The version you've been growing into. The you that's been too big for the rooms you were once in. Even your body has been feeling it. The fatigue, the strange heaviness, the tension in your shoulders. That's not just physical. That's spiritual. Your body is reacting to the spiritual upgrades. It's recalibrating to handle the light that's breaking through. You've started having moments of deep stillness, haven't you? Not the empty kind, the sacred kind. The kind that makes you want to weep without reason. That's the presence of the divine. It's closer now than ever. You are walking into a season of clarity so thick, even your past will begin to make sense. Things that once tormented you will now become testimonies. What they used against you will be turned into your tool. The gossip they spread will become the reason others are drawn to your authenticity. The rejection you faced will become the filter that keeps false hearts far from your next chapter. You will look back and weep, not from pain, but from awe, at how heaven orchestrated it all, every exit, every closed door, every delay. You will no longer resent the season of loss. You will thank it. Because from that loss came your liberty. There is someone coming, a divine partnership. And this one will not take your peace. They will amplify it. It will feel like ease, like finally breathing after holding it for too long. You'll no longer feel the need to perform, to earn love, to prove your worth. This connection will know your value without being told. But until then, stay hidden, not invisible, just covered, not silenced, just sacred. Your isolation has not been exile. It's been insulation. To protect you while you transform. To keep you away from the noise while your voice matures. When you reemerge, you will not be recognizable. Even to yourself. People will say you changed. And you will smile. because you did. You chose healing. You chose peace. You chose you. Heaven is preparing your reintroduction. You are not behind. You are becoming. You are not forgotten. You are favored. You are not broken. You are being built. Hold this truth in your chest tonight. If it had not been for the divine, you would have been crushed. But you were held. Even when you felt alone, you were carried. There were angels by your bed. There were whispers around your name. There were battles fought in your silence. And now, the silence breaks. You are stepping into your appointed time. No one can block what was built for you. No lie can stop what was written in truth. No betrayal can undo the covenant of your calling. This is your confirmation. The watchers have spoken, and heaven has ruled in your favor. There's a sound in the spirit right now. It's not thunder, though it shakes foundations. It's not music, though it resonates in the soul. It's the sound of a gate opening, not a door, a gate. A gate that's been shut by divine order until the appointed time. A gate that many tried to pry open prematurely. A gate you stood before, weeping once, thinking heaven had forgotten you. But now, without striving, without pushing, you will hear it move. The gate is opening, and this time you walk in whole. This isn't about returning to a former place. This is about accessing a realm you've never stood in before. This is the season of walking into rooms built with your spirit in mind. Environments that don't choke you. Relationships that don't demand a watered-down version of you. Platforms that don't require performance but flow. You spent years wondering if the silence was a punishment, if the unanswered prayers were judgment. But you're realizing now, it was preservation. You were being protected while the terrain was being cleared. You weren't forgotten. You were hidden, placed in the cleft of the rock like Moses, covered by the hand of God while the storms passed. And now you will emerge with a glow no storm could put out. You have been refined. Quietly, secretly. The fire didn't burn you. It branded you. With purpose. With wisdom. With authority. That's why your presence unsettles people who haven't done the same inner work. That's why your silence is louder than their noise. Because your spirit carries weight now. This is the season of recompense. What was stolen is being returned. Not just as restoration, but with interest. Not just healed, but heightened. Not just repaired, but realigned. The time you thought was lost? It wasn't. It was invested, and the return is beginning. You don't owe anyone explanations for how you're being blessed. Don't apologize for the acceleration. Some people only knew the version of you that settled. They knew the version of you that kept quiet to keep the peace. But they didn't know this one. The one who learned how to rise without rage. The one who prays before planning. The one who knows they are carried by grace, not just grit. And there's this too. Don't be surprised when the people who once rejected you come circling back. The very ones who minimized your light will now marvel at your growth. Some will come in repentance, some in confusion, others with hidden motives. Don't let your heart become hardened. But don't ignore what discernment shows you either. Peace is your compass now. You will feel peace with what's meant for you. There won't be a wrestle in your spirit. No manipulation, no second guessing. You've outgrown the places where love was a transaction and presence was a performance. This next season is covenant, not contract. Heaven has written your name into divine partnerships, into rooms where your voice will not just be heard, but valued, into circles that protect your anointing instead of preying on it. into spaces where your vulnerability is not seen as weakness, but as sacred strength. You've passed the test of delay. You didn't turn bitter. You didn't retaliate. You didn't trade your oil for applause. You chose integrity when compromise was easy. You chose faith when doubt was louder. You chose stillness when chaos beckoned. And because of that, there is a scroll opening with your name on it. Prophecies that once felt far off are being fulfilled in real time. The things you journaled in tears are being lived in joy. And the generational wounds you carried, they're healing through you. You are the interruption to every curse that plagued your bloodline. The decisions you're making now will ripple into legacies unborn. Your yes has eternal echoes. You've also started noticing the shift in time, haven't you? How days feel more intense. How dreams feel more vivid. How certain people can't stay in your energy anymore. That's not by accident. You are vibrating higher now. You're being attuned to a heavenly frequency. That's why some things feel unfamiliar, even if they were once comforting. It's not nostalgia. It's your soul shedding its former skin. Let it go. Let them go. You are not being heartless. You're being obedient. There are instructions coming that will not make sense to others. Moves that look like risk, but are actually revelation. You'll be asked to release things that once looked like blessings. But don't resist. The manna of yesterday cannot sustain the promise of tomorrow. Obedience is your strategy now. Not strategy based in logic, but in spirit. Your intellect cannot carry you where you're going. Only faith will. And as you step forward, know this. You are not being sent empty-handed. You carry glory now. There's a weight on your voice, a fire in your bones, a sword in your mouth. You will speak, and shackles will break. You will move, and territories will shift. You will rest, and still the atmosphere will respond. You've moved from warfare to authority. The attacks won't stop, but they will no longer shake you. You've become unshakable. And this is why. Because you no longer find your strength in visibility. You found it in intimacy, in quiet moments, in tear-stained pillows, in whispered prayers when no one was watching. That's where the oil came from. And now that it's flowing, you will never run dry. But don't hoard it. Pour it out. Pour it into the ones heaven sends you. The broken ones. The hidden ones. The version of you that once needed a word. Be that word. You will not be known by fame, but by fruit. And your fruit will feed nations. This is a commissioning, not just a blessing, not just a breakthrough, a mantle. You are stepping into spiritual governance. You are being marked for influence, not popularity. There's a difference. Popularity draws crowds, but influence shifts destinies. And you're a destiny shifter now. So walk different, pray deeper, dream bigger. You've been crowned in the spirit, and the earth is catching up. Every delay, it was divine choreography. Every detour, it taught you discernment. Every loss,